Did terminal velocity walk so Mission Impossible could run? This podcast is brought to you by Main and Steel, hair for life. Welcome to the HeroShot podcast, a cinematic podcast dedicated to action, adventure, and the unforgettable movies that define generations. Welcome back to the HeroShot podcast. Here's part one of things I want you to think about before you rewatch Terminal Velocity. This movie is a rare gem of 90s practical action. No CGI, just insane stunt filmmaking. Skydiving, a rocket train blasting through the desert, Charlie Sheen sitting on the wing of a biplane mid-flight, and a Cadillac Alante reversing out of a cargo plane for an insane mid-air rescue. And right in the middle of all that chaos, Charlie Sheen as Ditch Brodie, an unsung action hero with perfect comedic timing. Which really makes you wonder, did this movie help set the tone for stunt-driven action movies we later saw in Mission Impossible? What do you guys think? Is Terminal Velocity a forgotten influence on modern action movies? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, here's part two before you rewatch Terminal Velocity. Ditch Brodie isn't a cop. He's not CIA. He's not ex-military. He's just a cocky skydiving instructor. And suddenly, he's thrown into a Russian mob gold conspiracy at 14,000 feet, fighting ex-KGB agents, jumping out of planes, cracking jokes the entire time, which kind of makes him like Jack Burton from Big Trouble in Little China. He's not the chosen hero. He's just the guy that gets dropped right in the middle of the chaos. Skydiving, Russian mobsters, rocket trains, mid-air flights. So where does Ditch Brodie rank among 90s action heroes? Is he one of the most overlooked action heroes of the 90s? Drop your thoughts below. All right, part three before you rewatch Terminal Velocity. Remember when movie trailers were just completely over the top? Big voiceover guy, explosions, one-liners, and just enough insane stunts to make you say, all right, I need to see this movie. The Terminal Velocity trailer hyped me up so much as a kid in the 90s. I had to get all my friends together and we had to go see this in theaters. Tell me I'm not the only one who remembers this. What movie trailer had you sold immediately? All right, here's part four before you rewatch Terminal Velocity. What was up with the skydiving action movies of the 90s? Well, here's the crazy part. In the early 80s, skydiving in the US was around 400,000 jumps per year. By the early 90s, it exploded to over 2 million jumps per year. So of course, Hollywood following trends suddenly had skydiving everywhere. We've got Patrick Swayze as Bodie in Point Break, Charlie Sheen as Ditch Brodie in Terminal Velocity, and even Wesley Snipes jumping into the mix with Drop Zone. So in a weird way, Point Break started it, Terminal Velocity might have been its peak, and Drop Zone was kind of the last run of it. So which one is your favorite 90s skydiving action movie? Drop your comments below. All right, here's part five before you rewatch Terminal Velocity. And honestly, this might be the best part of this whole movie. Jerry Seinfeld said something really interesting about the way people used to think about work. And that's exactly what Ditch Brodie is. This guy jumps out of airplanes for a living. He's got a cool car, a cool motorcycle. He lives out in the desert. He cracks jokes, flirts with the girls, and somehow manages to maintain his cool during an ex-KGB gold heist. And Charlie Sheen plays it perfectly. Part action hero, part comedian, and one part ladies' man. And somehow, one of the most underrated 90s heroes ever. So let me ask you something. If you had the chance to go back and live like Ditch Brodie for 1 year, skydiving in the desert, riding motorcycles, chasing adventure, would you do it? Or tell me this, which 90s action hero timeline would you jump into? Bodu Safa, John Spartan, Ethan Hunt, John McClane, Snake Plissken, Jack Burton. Tell me your choice in the comments below. This podcast is produced by Pod Punch Studios. Stay tuned for more episodes of the HeroShot podcast. From explosive blockbusters to timeless classics, every great film has a hero shot, the moment that defines it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave us a review wherever you're listening. Until then, keep chasing your hero shot.